figures just 5 to 9. So make it F10. He wins it by a half. Talk to this here and
Hello once again, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday night races at Hastings on Friday, August the 9th. But before we get into the 7-race Friday program, what a great last holiday Monday we had with 6 stakes races, and it was a great day.
It was a great day all around. Top to bottom, all the races were very good, very competitive. BC Cup is our signature day. It's always a great day, but this year even seemed to be better. I don't know.
Huge crowd.
Big crowd, beautiful day. The weather couldn't have cooperated better. And they weren't just watching, they were betting this year, too. The handle was really strong.
1.25 million or something like that.
Yeah, I think over $500,000 on track. So those new fans and your casual fans, even that were coming out to watch and enjoy the day, were dipping in their pockets and betting on some ponies as well.
They were entertained, and one of the races that they were entertained with was... we'll go through a couple of them on this Friday program. Actually, on Saturday and Sunday shows, we'll actually take a look at all 6 stakes races. We'll go 2 each day.
Yeah.
We'll look at the 2-year-olds for today.
Yeah, today we're going to take a look at the BC Cup Nursery. The boys' end, the 2-year-old race. It was the horse we want to keep an eye on here is the 7 horse, Peter Redikoff's And All That It Means with Scott Williams aboard. Brakes alertly here, and
familiar pink silks out there, white blinkers. Pink silks of Peter Redikoff down on the inside. A couple of little speed ballers stretching out, Little Brown Derby and a Beal. But, Scotty Williams got And All That It Means in a nice spot. The favorite's tucked in nicely. The 18.
He does kind of go a little wide here, but he's obviously got quite a bit of horse. He knows what he's on. I like what he does. Just get him to relax, keep him running. Don't get
dirt out of his face.
Exactly, especially with young horses. And he's full of run, not a crazy pace. 22-1, it's solid, but it's not,
He got a 46-2 half, and it was really comfortable. And these two are now inhaling the front runners, the 7 and All That It Means, and the 8 Deviants, and the complexion of the race really changed. But And All That It Means was all business. Sort of drawing away.
Yeah, when he asks him here, he has a lot. Like he ends up drawing away and winning by 10 1/4 is the official line, which was by far the biggest runaway win of the day. A horse, he started a few times. He is out of a very strong mare, Masqueretta, mother of Ukashada, Ookster, Hollywood Miss, broke a maiden earlier this year. Hello Frankie, who broke his maiden in LA. It is a strong family. This horse had a couple starts, did get a bit of trouble, but made no mistake in his 3rd start.
It was impressive.
Couldn't have been more impressive.
Easy. A little disappointed with Deviants, but you can't show up every day with babies. But this
17-1 too.
I know, that was huge. I mean, no one was beating And All That It Means anyway, but Deviants did run on to be 3rd. Santiago did run a big race.
Totally, I'd like to mention him. Yeah, first-time starter, Santiago of the Rob Van Overshot barn, ran a bang-up race to run 2nd in his 1st race. The next one we are going to move on to is the girls' end.
Yes, the fillies. 2-year-old fillies, BC breds. It was the debutante, going 6.5 furlongs.
There we are.
Pick it up at the gate here.
Horse to keep an eye on here is the 4 Architecture. A couple to keep an eye on, the 4 the Architecture and the 10 Habita out of the Pat Jarvis barn, who had aboard returning to Hastings Park, Mario Gutierrez. There's Mario laying 3rd right now. He gets his horse in a nice spot. Architecture's just behind him on the fence.
Like
yeah.
The familiar Swift thoroughbreds, black with the turquoise hoops. But yeah, that was laying in 4th with Enrique Gonzalez. 22-1, pretty sharp opening quarter for Letty Strike.
Yeah.
Space Junk chasing, and so was Habita out there 3 wide. But Architecture really got a nice trip, covered up in behind this 3-horse pace duel.
Habita does run a strong race. I'd like to mention her again, that she is the one that's up there with Lady Strike and Space Junk, who both kind of fall apart as the race unfolds. Mario makes a nice move here, and Enrique Gonzalez does not want to let him get too far away.
Nope.
And these two kind of get away and make this a race between those two. And congrats to both connections. Habita, I think, ran a big race. Didn't really want to let Architecture by. And, of course, congratulations to Swift Thoroughbreds going out and buying this daughter of Dixie Chatter at the sale. And, yeah, she was the favorite. She figured to be tough.
By a couple. Got interesting for a second.
She was. Yeah.
Hey, did you notice for Phil Hall almost got up for 2nd, but Habita did hang on. So But as you mentioned, congratulations to Dino and the Swift Thoroughbreds. Always, once again, another Peter Redekop and the Swift Thoroughbreds, always perennial, boosters of the yearling sales, and they try and buy. They bring in U.S. breds, but they also buy locally as well. It's great to see them win both.
We should mention
Cup
too. It would be remiss not to mention that Peter Redekop's horse and all that it means was by his own stallion, Cause to Believe.
Yes, and out of a great mare of Masquerade, but Cause to Believe, a nice stakes win there. All right, let's get into the Friday action. We've got a field of 6 to start things off on the Friday night card. Non-winners of 3 lifetime, 8,000 going 6.5 furlongs. I see a pile of speed in here. I got to try and make the 2 Game 7 a winner. He closed up good ground against some slow fractions last time at about this level with Amadeo Perez, and just only got 5 horses to run around, and it looks like a lot of them want to go to the front. And I just see, today is definitely the day for Game 7. If he doesn't win today, he'll be a short price loser all the time, because this will be the perfect chance.
He'll be a short price, and the non-winners are 2 for 4.
That's right. Yeah. But Game 7 looks very good in this spot. I put the 5 our last call on the class drop in for second. Nice win for first time out this year off the lengthy layoff. But it was asked, went in the non-2, 17-5. I thought he would have been competitive in there, but he ended up not faring all that well. But they make the assignment a lot easier for him, running him for the 8,000 tonight. So I'm going to put him in the second spot, and I put Joint Choice, who's been threatening to break through. Nice little horse, but just seems to get beat every time. But I'm just worried about the pace scenario for him. He couldn't win on a slow pace last time, and I just worry that the pace might be a lot hotter, so I've left him in the third spot.
I have the same 3 horses. I'm going to Joint Choice again. I've been burned plenty of times. As you notice, he's got 3 seconds already this year, all by short margins. It was slow last time. I'm not sure if Checker Plate goes. Our last call, he's a bit of a question mark for me, so I don't know. I'm not totally sold on the speed, how it's going to set up. And if Joint Choice can get there, and Grider can get him to relax, and I feel like he's coming into a big race. So I put Joint Choice on top. Game 7 obviously is going to be closing late. As you mentioned, he's the one that looks like he's going to be tough to beat in here. And our last call in third. I have the same horses. I just flipped them around. I got 4, 2, and 5 in the first. On the second, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-olds and up. And going 3.5. It's all right. Going to 3.5. And I've gone with one of the girls in here. I've gone to 2, 5, and 10 out of the Troy Taylor barn. She is very quick. She's still a maiden, which kind of puts her out of her realm in here, running against horses that have won multiple races. But she's very quick. Look at the fractions that she sent before. Even down in California, 21-4, 21-3. Last time she opened up.
What looked to be an insurmountable lead.
What looked to be
really
an insurmountable lead.
Staggered.
And absolutely kind of fell apart late and just got caught by It's Gold Baby. Today it's going to be all systems go, just push. And I can see her being fast enough that 3.5 isn't going to bother her. So I got 2, 5, and 10 on top. The second spot I went with another girl, Cassidy Storm. She's been lights out at this distance and beating older boys like Dog Rock and Vernon Cat. She's won the last 2 at this distance out of the Dave Dahl barn. She's quick, and I think she'll be right in the mix. Don't mind her at all. Mike picked her last time. I had her pick second. She won. And in the third spot, Vernon Cat. A horse that kind of closes in these 3.5 races, which you don't see very often. He has a nice kick down the lane, which has got him into the winner's circle twice already at this distance this year, and he'll be closing again. He did get beat by Cassidy Storm last time, so I got him in third spot. I got 9, 2, and 8.
Yeah, I got the same 3 horses, but I'm going to put the little filly Cassidy Storm on top. She's undefeated at the distance. She's a perfect 4 for 4 at 3.5 furlongs. I'm not going to try and beat her. She gets in light again, 109 pounds, because she is a 3-year-old. She is BC bred, and running against the boys. So
and Ryan Pacheco can do that way.
Yes, he can. He's very light and very capable. Got along very well with her, and she was a game winner over Dog Rock last time and Vernon Cat. I'll try her to defeat 2, 5, and 10 in Vernon Cat. Those look like the 3 horses. We should mention both the 3 Capo Chico that are listed in your programs and the 6 Officer's Charm are both scratched. They've entered back on the Saturday and Sunday programs. So I went 2, 9, and 8. On to the third race, some $8,000 3-year-olds here going a mile and a 16th. I landed on the 4 Circle City. I don't know if he's the best horse in the race, but I think he may get the best trip. It looks like there could be some speed in here. And he narrowly defeated Lord Harlow and Balak Orr in his maiden score, but he has been missing since then, almost 2 months, which is a little alarming, but he does have a couple of works since then. And Amadeo Perez will take over as Reyes. It's kind of funny this weekend. Antonio Reyes is on about 5 horses he won on last time, and he's not riding them back.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the weekend races, but this is one of them that he'd won on, and he ends up on Bedroom Bully. It's kind of an odd pick there, but maybe they like something about Bedroom Bully. But I went to Circle City. I put the 1 horse Hardware. Really impressed with his game score over Legal Bandit and Medaya. He went fast fractions, and he was not letting anyone buy him in the stretch. And he may have to go fast again, but just the way he's running, I think he fits nicely at this 3-year-old level for 8, and I'm going to try him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him win it either. And I put the 7 horse We Can Be Heroes in for 3rd. A little class relief for him, and not too sure about the distance for him, but hopefully at this level. He's facing a lot of horses that have been running for maiden 5,000, so he's been running against the Michael's Glories and the Sun Soleils. Those are tough horses, and I'll put him in for 3rd. I went 4, 1, and 7, but I just think Circle City gets the trip.
I see it exactly the same way, and going to mile 16th, the son of AP Indy is a standout here, breeding-wise as a horse. Is going to relish the distance. I have him on top. Hardware, as you mentioned, drops to another new low off a win for maiden 10. I think the right move by Craig McPherson.
Yeah, against sweet 3-year-olds.
Spotting the 3-year-old race for 8. He fits very snugly in here, and I have him in the 2nd spot. And We Can Be Heroes. Another one, he's only ran long once, but that was in the Turf Paradise Derby, so it was a pretty tough race. So I'll forgive him the fact that he didn't run any good in there. He is by Tail of the Cat. His number isn't terrible for the distance. Surprising that he's only tried it once. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's out of it. Melanie Walters is going great guns this year, so I got him in the 3rd spot as well. I got the same as Mike, 4, 1, and 7. On to the 4th race, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 25. Nice little race. I've gone to Dino Condolinos again. Back-to-back, number 4, Stratify. The first time he's ran this horse for a price. This is a horse that showed a lot of promise when he came here in the package last year. Was very unlucky to lose his first start. Was all over the track. Came back, made no mistake, won by 5. Has been in allowance races and stakes races since then. Beating El Capone, and he was in that.
Yeah, he's been in some tough spots.
Yeah, he's been in some tough spots. Now he drops into a $25,000 claimer, and I think that makes him the horse to beat in here. The 2nd spot, I put Mia's Miracle. I throw out that last race because I don't think he really wants to go long. And he was going very quick on the front end with company, and just kind of fell apart. But the last time Grider rode him in a 25 short, he got beat by Pop Artist. He ran a bang-up race that day. And ran back in another 25, got beat by Golden Triumph, and the Stormy Canuck ran 3rd. Posted an 83 buyer. He's much more of a sprinter. I think he could sit in a good spot today, and he might be dangerous down the lane. And the 3rd spot, I put Bear Rock and Roll, because he's always tough at the $25,000 level. He's a very honest, hard-trying horse. He's always running down the lane. He's always fighting. I like Bear Rock and Roll as well. I got 4, 1, and 6.
Yeah, this race originally had 8 horses in it, but we do have a couple of scratches. We should mention both the 3 Gamby and the 7 Elasting Piece have entered back on the weekend, so they're both out of this race. But I agree with you, Drew. I think Stratify is your horse. I think he's the most gifted sprinter in the race. If he breaks with the field, I think he's going to be really tough because he has been a little ornery at the starting gate in the past. He showed it 2 starts back. But I think he gets a good trip in behind Lookout Dubai, Mia's Miracle, and Pacao. And I think he's going to be tough to beat. I put the 6 horse Bear Rock and Roll in for 2nd. Good runner-up effort to Talkage Charm. Looked like he was going to be a winner that day, but Talkage Charm just flew the last 16th of a mile to nail him. So, but he's versatile. He can sprint. He can run long. He's just a cool horse. And just a little bank card for Bob Leffler, who claimed this horse a few years back. But Bear Rock and Roll has been pretty nice. And I put the 2 horse Lookout Dubai. The sky's the limit for him right now. He just keeps running big races.
On a roll.
Keeps forgetting to stop, and he's speed's dangerous on the Friday night program. So if he's got another 16 and change in him, and he's left alone on the head end, he could be, he could put a scare into them. So I've got him in for 3rd, and I'll put the just quick mention for the 8 Lorne 500 who resurfaces.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Gordy Wells had the horse for trainer Rob Maben down in Northern California. Running some pretty tough 8 or 16s and 12.5s, so he'll fit nicely at this 25,000 level. He usually washes out a little bit. He's a little nervous type horse, so don't be surprised if you see him a little warm on post spray, but he worked beautifully since coming back to Hastings, so you might want to take a look at him as well. But I went 4, 6, and 2 in Friday night's 4th race. On to the 5th race, 6.5 is the distance for some fillies and mares, non-winners of 3 lifetime. Once again, a couple scratches in here as well. The 2 Ravenette and the 7 Magic Thunder entered back. But I've gone to the 9 Market Time. Looks like there's going to be a solid pace in here with the 4 Snowbeard Pass, the 5 Strip This, and the 6 Stormageddon. Looks like the pace scenario is going to be very warm, and maybe Richard Hamill in Market Time is going to get the nice cushy trip coming from mid-pack, and couldn't quite get there last time against Remembering When and next out winner Forever Me, but still I thought it was a big race, and I like him to or her to win it. Put the 6 horse Stormageddon in for second. Goes first time Lasix for Tack Inaway, and he had a nice winner last weekend, did Tack. And this horse is a little class relief for her as well. Nice little work at 47 and 2, obviously on Lasix that morning as well. And I put the 3 horse Electric Girl. Enrique Gonzalez re-rides for Sylvia Gregory, couple of good runs in her last 2, so I don't mind her at all. Quick turnaround though, coming back in 5 days. But I went 9, 6, and 3. I just stayed away from the speed horses. That was it, and I really like the 9 though Market Time.
I did the same thing. I have the same horses. I've got Market Time on top, as you mentioned. I put Electric Girl in the 2nd spot. I liked that race 2 back in the non-2-4 level when she was in a condition race. Then she went to an open 5, ran against Little Miss Being Calm the Storm. Ran a good race that day, but now back into a non-winners of 3. I like Electric Girl in the 2nd spot, and because she's a closer too, and there is a fair bit of speed here, as you mentioned. And Stormageddon, that move to first-time Lasix, I like that. So I think of the front-end horses, she is the one that could hang on. I got 9, 3, and 6 in the 5th. On to the 6th, Fillies and Mares, claiming 5,000. And I've gone to the 6 Remarkably Free. It's a wide open Fillies and Mares race. She's been winning the non-winners of the year, the non-winners of 2 of the year. She's won 2 in a row. I think she comes back with another big effort here. In the past, you can see on her form, when she's got on a roll, she
stays in form.
She stays in form, and she's tough to beat. And the 2nd spot, I put Rainbows in the Wood. Hard-knocking little filly that always is closing late. I shouldn't say filly. She's 8 years old. She's a old, tried and tested mare, but she's always closing late, and for that reason, I like her in here. I got her in the 2nd spot. And the 3rd spot, I put Golden Ratio. Won the non-winners of the year last time. Now jumps into open company, but I like. She'd been off form. They gave her some time off. That really seemed to help. I was impressed by her run last time. She made a really nice turn of foot around the turn and opened up to win under Reyes. Grider takes over the day.
Another one of the ones that Reyes
another one that he won on that he isn't back on. I got 6, 4, and 2.
Yeah, I like your top 2. I think the 6 Remarkably Free is as honest as they come. She'll give you a real workmanlike effort every time she runs, and you bet your $2 on her, you're going to get a good solid run at it.
Yeah.
She can come from off the pace or she can lay close too, like she showed last time. So I like her to win it. Probably the price isn't going to be there, but I agree with the 4 horse Rainbows in the Wood. She's off for a couple months prior to that last run. She could make things a little more interesting in the stretch for Remarkably Free, who did get to sit close to some slowish fractions, but Rainbows in the Wood might get a little bit better pace in here. And I put the 7 Undo It, and that's where Reyes shows up.
Yep.
Give her a shot. She did not get a good trip at all. She was bottled up in behind horses, shuffled back, rallied to be 3rd, but I think on the outside she may get a better trip. But as you mentioned off the top, a very competitive and a good group. Not much separates these mares. I think whoever does get fortunate with the trip will likely be the one getting the snapshot in the winner's circle.
This is one you might want to go deep in.
Yeah, so I went 6, 4, and 7. On to the 7th and final race. Got some 4,000 claimers here. Colts and Geldings going 6.5 furlongs. Got a field of 8. And this is actually non-winners since February, or non-winners for lifetime.
Yeah.
I went to the 4 horse Dynastrol, got claimed last time by Pete Gregory. I thought a pretty good effort behind Arkill and Swiss Arrogant. I just see this horse getting a good trip in behind some horses like D's Victor and Dog Rock, and I think this horse gets a nice journey in behind the speed. I don't mind the change to Enrique Gonzalez, and I think this horse is live in here. Put the 7 horse Dog Rock in for second. Good runner-up effort. Cassidy Storm going 3.5, and I think this horse is better going 6.5. And I put the 8 horse 3-point play in the show spot. Nice win. Against slow fractions in that non-3-8. And,
nice closing
it was a good run. Frank Fuentes was aboard that day, grinded out a win over Joint Choice, and I don't want to leave him off any win for pick 3 tickets either. So I went 4, 7, and 8. I don't love any one particular horse, but I like those 3.
I like Dynastrol. I think Dynastrol is going to be very tough. Running against horses like Arkhill and Swiss Arrogant last time, I think that makes him the boss in here. I got him on top. I have a 3-point play in the second spot. As you mentioned, a nice close into slow fractions last time. A horse that was cut out to be a nicer horse, and he seems to be rounding into form, so I like 3-point play.
Yeah.
And the third spot, I put in Time Machine. He already has won this year, but he fits in the non-words of 4 category, and a nice big closing move the day he won. Came back, didn't run very sharp against Monster in the Closet, that funny face race. But he's had a little bit of time off since then. He's had about a month, 5-6 weeks off. So he should be freshened up. Jim Brown is having a decent year. So I'll put Time Machine with Robert Skellyboard in the third spot. I got 4, 8, and 2 in the nightcap on Friday night. And that will do it for our analysis of the Friday night card. Up next on screen will be slates. We'll see Mike's pick up first. There you are.
Back in race number 1, I did go to the 2-horse, Game 7, hoping an off-the-pace performance. Looks like there's going to be some speed in the race. 2, 5, and 4 for me in the Friday opener. In race number 2, I went to the 2, Cassidy Storm. I'm trying to be a perfect 5 for 5 at the 3.5 for a long distance. 2, 9, and 8. Race number 3, I went to the 4, Circle City over the 1 and 7. Race number 4, I went to the 4, Stratify, back-to-back Dino Condolino's Swift Thoroughbreds. 6 and 2. 4, 6, 2 for me in the 4th. In the 5th race, went to the 9, Market Time over the 6 and 3. Race number 6, the 6, Remarkably Free over the 4 and 7. And the 7th and final, number 4, Dynastrol over the 7 and 8.
And up next on screen will be mine. There we go. In the first, I went to number 4, Joint Choice, with the 2 and the 5. In the second, I went to number 9, 2, 5, and 10 over the 2 and the 8. And from here on in, it's pretty much the same as Mike's picks. I got... Yeah, we're on the same page.
That's
here.
good. Hopefully.
Third race, number 4, Circle City over the 1 and the 7. Fourth race, number 4, Stratify over the 1 and the 6. In the 5th, I took number 9, Market Time over the 3 and the 6. In the 6th, number 6, Remarkably Free over the 4 and the 2. And in the nightcap, I went to number 4, Dynastrol over the 8 and the 2.
All right, that'll do it for the Friday edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget racing on Saturday and Sunday. We got 3 days this weekend. Of course, Saturday and Sunday, we're back to the regular afternoon post of 1:50. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in. We wish you lots of luck in your wagers on the Friday night program. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.